Hi everyone, I hope you are. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into XRP once again. Thank you for support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. So right now, XRP, it has come down to 702. You know, it's really nice when you can grab these wick grabs as well, because just there, like I said to you, I'll show you just there was a 2.272 target, which was on the thumbnail. Let me show you right now. 69 cents, wasn't it? Look at that, boom. 2.272, around about 69 cents, because from here, you know, you put in a long opportunity on buy bit with really tight stop loss. You're currently up around about 8.9% basically. So that's a nice little long opportunity that I gave you, okay, on Bybit. You can do all this on Bybit. You can trade. Don't over leverage. Don't be a degen. The links in each and every single video description. Trade the ranges basically, and this is what we do on the channel. So we met the 2.272, beautiful, and we'll equally retrace to 702, like I said to you, and we've got the support off that, because this is your high, this is your low, and what happens here, you retrace to this low for the continuation of the trend, which is an uptrend. Do you understand that? Because you're making a series of higher highs and higher lows here for XRP. For example, this low came in, we put this high, and then we retraced here all the way down. This was to 702 as well, and equally it was a 2.272 fib target off this impulsive move to the downside. Okay, because this is what happens when you lose the lows like that as your high. You come down, you've lost the low just there, powered through it, and boom, 2.272 fib target at 62 cents was a fantastic area to put some bids on. And equally the 702 fib retracement, let me show you from there to there, you retrace into the low, and where else would have been a good area to put bids in? 702. So, you know, it's married up at the minute that we've gone through a very similar scenario. And I just say this to you, you come up impulsively, correctively, impulsively, correctively, and you can see that the waves are shortening, so you're getting some price compression here, okay? This is compressing for something. Is it going to roll or is it going to pop, basically? So right now, if XRP can come up and break that high, I do think you're an impulsive move, okay, and you're continuing with this trend. At some point, you will get a little bit exhausted and you will start to come for a deeper retracement. I've gone through this with you before, okay. I do think that what we might be doing here for XRP is, let me show you right now, potentially, if we start to break out here for XRP, everyone's going to get really bullish, but I do think there's a key level resistance for XRP that you might start to run into and start to come back. So it's all about this high at the moment, okay? You see this zero fib on 0.9290. If you do start to see XRP come up above that, I think you're in a minimal 1272 target off this low. I'm going to show you right now. Let's have a look, because it's let me get rid of this fib for you right now, because that's over. Okay, you retraced and you've come down to 702. So right now you're coming back up through the stairs. You can see you run into 050. Now you came back. Look at this. Okay, so what happened there? You broke this 236. Look at that. And where did you find support when you retraced? When you start to come back and everyone getting really fearful again, you found support on the 236 because you melted through it. Do you see that? That's like I said to you. Support becomes resistance, becomes support, and support becomes resistance. Do you understand that? So right now you ran into the 050 fib and the EMAs, you come back to 236, you're coiling up. Now one thing you want to see here is get back above this golden ratio. So if you do start to see XRP retrace here, because this is exactly what it's doing, there's your high, this is your low, and at the moment you're retracing. Okay, so the 0618 is synonymous with a dead cat bounce. So at this point, if you start to come down here off that level of resistance and start to come down and retest these lows, there's a possibility that you're coming up like this. This is coming like A wave, this is a B wave, and then you're looking for a C leg drop basically for XRP, which would see you sweep these lows. Okay, at that point, wherever this is, I can give you the fib target. Do you understand? But we're waiting for this turnaround. We've not got it at the moment. We're kind of turning around on the 050, to be honest with you. So we are running into that. Right now we're coiling up. Now what I do expect for XRP, I'll be honest with you, I think that you might be putting an impulsive break here to the 1272 at around about $1, which has been my target since the low ball down here. Okay, so I think you're coming up slowly but surely, compressing, get to it like that. That's your sort of last little wave in this impulse move, because this is all subsets of waves within waves, and at that point you start to come in for a deep retracement in May, bottom out and start to come back up the stairs. And you can see we've spoken about this particular scenario before, because I think that just there is key resistance just there. Can you see this key resistance? And it is a 1272 fib. Okay, and this would be an amazing point to go short basically, because I think what you might have here, because it's a psychological level as well, around about $1, you can see the 1272 fib target. Let me move this up. This is a potential scenario for XRP that I'm looking at. Okay, but obviously for this to play out, we have to hold this low right now, because you retrace into this high. So to put an impulsive move, you come up like this, you retrace, you get through the fibs, and then you break out, okay, and you break that high. When you break that high, you're going to be in a minimal target to the 1272, which is around about $1, 10114, okay. Now that's a psychological level, okay, where I would expect people to sell off and short. And at that point, you start to come in for a retracement. okay, and you get quite deep in the retracement. Everyone thinks, oh shit, it's going to a bear market, but I've spoken about this possible scenario playing out before when we was all the way down here, that what we're doing here could be quite a bullish thing for Bitcoin, XRP, sorry. This is a possible scenario because right here you could have this left shoulder. This is your left shoulder just there. This is your head right now, and this point of contact, wherever it is, you could rally up to there, but that green line, like I said to you, putting a new local high on the 28th of April, which would be amazing. So you could break impulsively, towards the end of April right here. It's breaking out, everyone gets really bullish, you run into that resistance, and then you come back in May for a deep retracement of a right shoulder, a big whopping correction, but you're still holding these lows, so it's still bullish. And at that point, you hold the shoulder, the right shoulder, wherever it is, and then boom, you've got your right shoulder. And it looks like a bit of a skew with inverse head and shoulders, but in actual fact, what it actually is a beautiful ascending triangle wherever the support holds. Okay, so for example, let's draw a trend line here. So let's say that's the support, and this is where we come down to on the right shoulder sometime in May. This is a thought experiment. This is something I'm looking at as a possible scenario playing out. I have spoken about this before. Towards the mid-term, end of May, you put in your bottom of your right shoulder and essentially a large ascending triangle, and you can see what you've got here. If you start to zoom out on the monthly or the weekly, you've got a beautiful W double bottom pattern, which is a sign of strength, okay? Points of contact like that, and you're coiling up, like I said to you, price compression, and you're looking to break. That's a bullish scenario right there for XRP, because if you was to do that, okay, and you put in this sort of inverse head and shoulders and this ascending triangle and W double bottom pattern, a strong reversal pattern, if you was to do that, then your breakout target, once you do start to come up and close above $1, that psychological level of $1, you would equally be breaking out that bull flag that I've shown you on the monthly, and equally you start to break out there and start to close above $1, then you're looking at a minimal target, that technical target around about 185, which brings you back up to this local high that you put in last year. Okay, and with that you can really see you bottomed out basically down here, and you're breaking up, and you slowly but surely come upstairs, and you're looking at a beautiful impulsive break to 185, where again you could run into resistance, start to come back in the EBC, and you start to continue with this trend. Okay, but it's all about holding this low right now. You see this low that we're putting on January, it's all about holding that low. Okay, for XRP. So this is a possible scenario that I'm looking at playing out. Okay, and I've kind of been targeting this inverse head and shoulders and this big ascending triangle pattern for quite a long time now. Okay, so that equally is a key level resistance just there. Okay, and you can see that if you was to run into that again as resistance, okay, on the green trend line, you could actually be putting in some kind of ABC correction just there. Okay, and again holding support, don't go short basically. So who knows? We will try and trade the ranges together. But what I'm looking at here to validate this particular play is a breakout here for XRP. Now, if we can break this high, the one fib at 0.9290, your minimal target is $1. Okay, and that's a psychological level where I do think you'll see a sell-off, because obviously it's $1. It's a round number. People will take profit. People will start loading up shorts there. You might see the market roll at that point coming into May, and then boom. You've got you retest. You've got a low, a high low, high low, high low. You really are coming upstairs in this whopping ascending triangle, which is a bullish reversal pattern. Look at that with a technical breakout target. Once you break the dollar and stay above it, you're looking at a minimal 185 up there, retesting them highs. Okay, so this is a possible scenario that I'm looking at, but to validate that, we have to hold this low right now. Okay, for XRP. Take care, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that little update. But all this can be done on Bybit right now. You could load up your longs. Okay, if you missed out on this 702 fib retracement down here and the 2.272, which I gave everyone in the previous video, right now you could load up your longs with really tight stop loss around about 0.731, because you already had that back test just there. Okay, load up your longs, because at this point you could start to pump, and you could be looking at a beautiful 29-30% long opportunity, where I would absolutely TP at that point, because it's a psychological level of $1 basically, and this will kind of marry up with what I'm looking at Bitcoin as well, because I think at the minute Bitcoin's coiling up, you're looking to retrace to the high, and then you're looking for an ABC basically for Bitcoin, and I did speak about this scenario way back down here. Okay, so it looks as though it's potentially on the cusp of playing out right now. Possibly. Again, no guarantees. Okay, take care, everyone. Back to another update on XRP. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.